We are live. We are live. We are live. We're live. I think we are live.
Hello.
It's raining outside, so that means it's
How
time
was it?
to
Damn.
review some creations. Some creations I had a tough time reviewing today because I nearly had a mental breakdown. This was one of the most disappointing contests, if not the most disappointing one I've ever had in the existence of my Discord server. I think I set the standards too high for this contest, but I wanted to see how it would turn out. So, the topic, well, the requirements for this contest was making a B&M sit-down coaster, and this meant making something. Let's say mostly for a '90s B&M, something snappy, realistic with a pre-drop. If you're heading for a later B&M like Hulk, let's say, or Time Machine, yeah, you have to stick to that style. Like if you're not using a pre-drop or if you're using a tire launch, you have to stick to that style B&M. And well, I can't say anyone, like not even asterisks, nailed the true B&M feel in any of their creations. Like I feel like most people here have read the guidelines for the contest for April, which was making a Chinese knockoff roller coaster. That being said, let's get started with. Actually, I need to type it out. Sorry guys, I need to get it up. I'm really slow because I'm kind of EP today, so expect me to make some mistakes rating or saying stuff.
Oh, hi, Ruben.
Hi,
Hello.
Ruben. Hello. Okay. So we go
You
up
actually
to
made drive safely is here.
drive safely
His
is
mic's
here.
not working.
What the hell?
Unlucky. Okay, so our first submission is called Vertigo. It's a B&M sit down by TW's Coaster Bit.
Wait, how many entries were there?
15 entries.
Oh my
of
god.
Pure agony. Here we go.
That's a bit rude.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be extremely judgmental with this contest. I
Good.
expected a very high level of quality, and I did not receive that. So I'm going to be extremely judgmental with every
Damn.
single jolt. Like, this is by far the most demanding contest
Well,
I've
have
ever
fun with mine
done. Enjoy the contest and have
Mm.
fun. Good luck. Like, I think the highest rated coaster here in this contest would probably around 65 to 70%.
Damn.
Yep, that's how low the standard was in this
Okay.
contest, in my opinion, though. And like, you can't complain. I gave you a whole month and a week to do it. Like, I gave you
Yeah.
an extra week because I was abroad, so there should be no excuses with unfinished profiling or scenery or whatever. If you didn't want to do scenery, then that's fine. But like, yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, well,
You have every right to complain.
my first major complaint with this ride is obviously the profiling is not great. Like, and then we have this insanely dragged out Vekoma Wildcat vertical loop thing, hang time finish loop. I don't know what the dive loop is. It's very rough. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to judge like all out. Zero G roll is actually, apart from the entry and exit, it's pretty average. I don't know. I don't understand what that entry to the mid course is about. And again, this is a persistent problem with most of the submissions in this contest. The mid course brake runs are extremely low. Like this one isn't that low, but still, it should be higher up the ground. And it's not even straight. Like, please turn off free banking for your mid course brake runs.
Emo's going in. I love this.
Yes.
Then I applaud you for not using a pre-mid corkscrew here. And the same with the second one. But still, there's a lot to improve here. Pacing is actually alright, excluding for the first loop. Like, look, what is this? I'm sorry, I don't understand. Like, it's not supposed to be shaped like a balloon. Well, actually, no, it is, but this looks like an egg. But I don't even know what that loop is anyway. Kumba Helix at the end.
Loop so horrible.
Drive safely. Yeah, I mean, what else do I have to say about this? Like, there's nothing much.
Yeah.
Oh, that crawls around that last turn.
It actually does, though.
And the brake run's banked.
Wobbly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say much else about this ride. Honestly, I don't want to offend the poor creator much more than I already have.
Too late for that.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Next submission is who's on the live chat. Ooh. Okay. Our number 14 entry is Irrevulgaris by Dogbread, or how you pronounce that.
Dog of it. No, dude.
Again, honestly speaking here, first of all, I can barely see the ride. Secondly, apart from the scenery, there's like nothing too impressive. Like the pre-drop is good, but then the rest of the ride is kind of, you know, I mean, the loop is pre-made. No, actually, no, it's not. My bad. It's not pre-made.
My God, why is it nighttime?
Live loop is decent actually, but like, look, the 0G roll entry could have been slightly better. Like, it's not supposed to bounce up.
It's not really like a whip in a dive loop.
Yeah, and then like that entrance to the mid course is just odd. I don't know. Like, it's that tiny airtime hill. Corkscrew is actually not pre-made, but it's not smooth either. Like, not particularly smooth in the layout. It's good. It's paced correctly. I don't know. There's nothing impressive about this ride. I might have put this a little bit too far down. I feel maybe. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I'm misplacing stuff right now.
I mean, it's for fun.
Yeah. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds, guys.
Hello, Miner.
The miner's here. Hell yeah.
How critical it is.
No, it's just 2 seconds.
Hmm.
No, but the judging, it's fun.
Okay, so we're moving into number 13 now. Okay. Our number 13 is going to be Iron Maiden by I Like Dirt Yo. And this is our only, I think, UCX submission. I have to put it up, my bad. So there's a couple major issues with this ride. Well, first of all, the chain lift. The start of the chain lift is kind of too spread out. I like the vertical loop wrapped over the lift. Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what the supports are about. Like, they're literally squares.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I wonder, is that like custom supports or is that auto?
No, they're probably custom. Yeah. Let's see. Like, it's pretty smooth, mostly because it's like UCX, but this turn right here is a little odd. Cobra Roll is decent. There's no whip to it. It's a little slow. That's alright. Like, this is a little smoother than the previous entry because, like, it's UCX. And it's not even terrible for UCX, to be honest, but again, like, I'm wondering what the supports are about. Mid-course is actually correctly placed. It's not too low. The drop is going really deep. And there's an Immelman here. Immelman is actually decent. Corkscrew goes quite a bit of hang time, but like, I don't know, for UCX, I kind of expect better. Also, I'm not sure about, well, the break run. Please don't investigate the break run, I suppose. I'm not going to talk about the break run, I suppose. But, I mean, there's a few faults here concerning pacing, concerning profiling. Element choice is kind of questionable as well. Like, the order of the elements and also placement. Like, that's one thing I'm going to remark about most of these submissions. There's a lot of rides here that have some elements in a questionable position. Like, you're going to have a mid-course breaker and you're going to get a freaking Cobra roll afterwards. Like, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's our number 13, guys. Sorry, I had to multitask shortly there. So give me 2 seconds. I'm fully back now, so I'm going to continue reviewing. Here we go into our number 12 submission, which we're getting back into UC2. This is Phantom's Fury by Breaker Coasters. And where is it? Where is Phantom's Fury by Breaker Coasters? In here. This is another ride that I kind of struggled to see because it was filmed in nighttime. No, that's the wrong one. Ooh. I might have accidentally leaked some of the results for a moment, but yeah, I struggled to see this ride because of nighttime. But I really like the support structure. It's by far one of the most realistic ones I've seen in the contest. I like the color change as well for sort of realism. First drop is a little too steep, I think. It's alright, smooth overall. There's a little jolt in the vertical loop. I'm questioning the dive loop. I don't know what that's about. It's a very early mid-course break run. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. There's a Cobra roll after the mid-course.
Wait, what?
And
what? Is that a pre? I don't know if that's a pre-mid Cobra roll. It looks like a pre-mid Cobra roll, but I don't think
taller
it is,
than the mid-course.
I don't think it is in pre-made because there's a little jolt going down, so I doubt it's pre-made. Corkscrews are also questionable. Well, I mean, they're interlocking, but that's the only remarkable thing about them, I suppose. Like, at least they're not pre-made anyway. I think they're not pre-made. But
I don't know. If they were, there'd be a jolt at the top.
Mm-hmm. I think the one thing that boosts this right up is probably the supports. Like, the lift structure is like really nice. But the rest of it, like, I'm just questioning the element choice and placement. I don't even know. But moving on into our number 11. Someone's mic is static. I can hear it.
No, that's probably me then.
You're good.
Because my mic is shit, so... Oh, shit, I don't know.
Wait, is it me?
No, I don't know. Number 11 is Infinity by Disturbing Pot Boy. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I had Carver for lunch, so I'm gonna be kind of...
Damn, that's a lot.
This one is a weird one as well, because, I mean, these rides were hard to rank because every ride had faults in their own different way. like some of them had pacing issues, some of them had profiling issues, some of them had element choice issues. So they all have their own different faults, and they're tough to rank for that reason. So like, I'm sorry if any of you disagrees with my order of choice. I actually the reason this is placed upwards, I think, is mostly because of the custom support and that the fact that they bothered making the cage thing here at the bottom. Like, I really appreciate that, considering I am really gimmicky about cages, if you haven't noticed already. But yeah, first things first, the pre-drop, the entry to the drop is a little drawn out, so you have to let it go straight for a moment, like up until here, and then start banking. Otherwise, it's reasonably smooth. It's overbanked. The drop is overbanked, and you can't let it be drawn out like that. You have to bank it out sooner. Like over here, you're getting lateral G-force over on this area. You have to let it bank out sooner before the vertical loop, which is actually, I can't tell if that's pre-mid or not. Maybe. 0G roll is good. It's like a second gen 0G roll, but whippier. I like that. Emerald Man is kind of questionable, especially with the custom supports. And then the Cobra roll is most definitely pre-mid. Like, there's no gap in the middle. Like, one thing about B&M Cobra roll is you have to let it like stop banking here for a while. Like, it like turns and then continues and then turns again. Like, it doesn't turn instantly. Like, these are Vekoma boomerang kind of. Oh, thanks for the contribution. Like, the pre-made Cobra rolls are like Vekoma boomerang kind of Cobra rolls. They don't have any middle section, but B&M Cobra rolls do have it, and that's one thing that most people are missing out on. Because whether they make the pre-made Cobra rolls or not, there's a lot of people that just miss out on that middle section, and that's one thing I'm looking for in Cobra rolls for any sort of B&Ms, because inverts have them too. I don't know what that turn is about. What is this turn right here? Like, I'm sorry, that's like the biggest flaw in the whole ride. Apart from that, mid-course brake run is placed high up from the ground. I like the custom bars on the sides. I like that little detail. That's overbanked. You don't need to bank that much. Like, it's just a little less than that, and you're fine. Then there's a weird twisted hill. I like that twisted hill. Then it's an arrow transition into the corkscrew. You can tell it's handmade though, so that's like a plus at least. Helix is weird. Like the helix.
Ass is here.
The turn is a weird one. Hello. This turn right here is a weird one. Not sure what that's about. And then another arrow transition into the corkscrew. Like, guys, this is like Dragonfire kind of roller coaster. This is the closest thing I've seen to Dragonfire. Yeah, there's a few massive jolts there. Like, mostly the reason why this ride is so up high is because of the attention to detail with scenery, and the 0G roll was good. But other than that, the layout itself is decent as well, but I'm questioning the profiling. Like, the profiling is the biggest flaw on this attraction. Like, there's a lot of things to fix right here. But we move swiftly on. Mako does have a wave turn.
What? No. Very much doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Ruben, you're wrong.
Wrong.
What? Wait. What's going on here? Ostrix, you're supposed to be on my side.
Ostrix.
Hey, I'm practicing my accent, okay? Leave me alone.
No, your Dutch accent's fine.
You guys suck at this guy.
Oh,
and you're given a whole month to make.
You overdo the English accent.
You were given a whole month to make a BM sit down coaster, and you give me this piece of garbage.
Who doesn't have a wave turn?
Yes, it does have a wave
Wait,
tech.
drive
Shut
safely. He's
up, drive
talking. You
safely.
said he doesn't have a
Can we
mic.
get on with the ranking?
Yeah. Number
Wave
10.
turn.
Oh, number 10 is Cosmic by First Drop Studios. I'm trying to find it now. It's right here. I'm pretty sure. This is so unprofessional, guys. I'm sorry. Cosmic is another ride that it's just one more of the pile, unfortunately. I'm really sorry I'm saying this, but there's just nothing impressive about this ride either. Like, okay, I like the Medusa kind of pre-drop thing. It's really slow though. Like, you gotta let it slide for a bit more. Pre-made, like, it's not a pre-made loop. That's good. Like, it's not perfect, but you're getting there. Like, you just kind of make that straight and you're good. Like, there's no major jolts there. The dive loop is pretty much perfect until here. Like, right there, it just kind of banks weirdly. Like, the entrance to the dive loop is the dive loop entrance is really, really good. Yeah, then that turn is a weird one though. Low inversion, like this inversion should have been put up higher. Like, this should be going higher. It should be at way higher 0G roll. Like, B&Ms don't really go for low inversions unless they're corkscrews, and this is clearly not a corkscrew on the second half. So, yep. Well, there's a corkscrew, and I'm not sure if that's pre-made or not. It seems pre-made, but it's too smooth to be pre-made. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's not pre-made.
That's
I'm
a
not
very
sure.
good corkscrew.
It is a pretty good one. I can't lie to you. And I like these Ruguru kind of helices. One thing I remarked though, this second inversion, like the second corkscrew, is taken really way too fast. Way too fast.
Pre-made.
Other than that, I mean, there's nothing particularly impressive. Like, shut up.
Again.
The layout
Stop
is
it.
like average. It's just the end bit is a little too fast. Like, you just gotta trim it a little, and you're good. Yeah, that's about it, honestly, for Cosmic by First Drop Studios. You quoted it wrong. Emerald 4. Okay,
No.
number 9. Number 9. So we got Ascension's Gateway by Zippy Alex.
Ooh.
I never expected to see Zippy Alex come back to the contests, but here we are. This is one of the smoother rides made in the UC2 for this contest, but again, one thing I'm questioning here is the layout choice. Oh, and like the way he just positioned everything. So here we go. Using Imperial units. Come to the heavens. I'm also questioning the color scheme a little bit. It's a bit of a weird one. But that's not
I think
important.
it's like holy or something. I don't know.
That's not important. First drop is perfect. It's a perfect first drop. And the 0G roll is really good. I won't lie to you about that. Then transition into the vertical loop is extremely questionable. Like, what I would have done is just make a small overbank here, then let it bank down, and then rise up into the vertical loop instead of just bank it out while rising into the vertical loop. If you guys get me, like, you're just gonna get that big jolt there, and you don't want that. It banks down from the vertical loop. That corkscrew is extremely out of place. I'm not sure what that's doing there. And this is like intimate blitz levels of pacing. Like, there's another vertical loop, another 0G roll. Extremely low mid course. Like, that makes it through at like 70 kilometers per hour. Like, what the hell is that, man? Another corkscrew.
It's crazy.
And some bunny hills. Like, it's pretty smooth overall, but I'm just questioning the layout. The layout is not brilliant, and also please turn off the free banking for your brake runs. How many times do I have to say
Here we
it?
go.
I like the theming too. There's some really nice touches with the theming, but like I would completely like with the same smoothness and techniques. Apart from the first 0G roll, I would completely scrap the rest of the ride and build it.
Oh,
with a
he's sharing the
different-
VC.
with a different element sequence.
Oh wait, no, that's someone else. Never mind.
Because yeah, the
Sneaky.
sequence of elements is really weird here. Apart from that, though, it's pretty solid.
Layout is just not realistic to sit down.
Yep.
Yeah, it just turns into like a hyper coaster with the airtime hills at the end.
No, I mean, like, I don't mind the airtime hills. Like, they're also correctly placed. Like, they're not even in the middle of the ride. They're at the very end, which is when they kick the most. Like, that's fine. Like, that's the least important part of the misplacing, in my opinion. What I'm really questioning, though, is, like, those corkscrews in the middle of the ride. The second vertical loop is, like, way too early. And the mid-course brake run is way too low, which is a common recurrent issue that I didn't expect to happen. So here we go, number 8.
Hello?
Hi.
Only surprised I come from Germany, so my English is very bad.
Hello.
Sorry.
I haven't seen you around before. Welcome.
Thanks.
New people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Our number 8 submission is Prasayan by Thendries Coasters on Planet Coaster. And this is another B&M sit down. And this one is on Planet
Wait,
Coaster.
Zenbreed is at 8.
Yep.
Yeah, that means you had the best Planko submission, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
We play Planet Coaster.
Damn. I didn't expect that to
Okay.
be honest though.
Okay, like there's some major flaws with this ride. I'm gonna list them out in a second. So, first drop is perfect. There's no issues with the first drop. Vertical loop is not perfect. Like you can see it sway from side to side at the very top. Like it's not straight. See, it turns left and right. That's a little issue right there. Entry to the dive loop is questionable. Yeah, you have to let it bank out a little bit more. There's a little too many laterals there. That's a nice turn, and then into the corkscrew. But it's a weird placement for the corkscrew there. Like this should be later in the ride. There should be a 0G roll in my opinion instead, maybe. Also an extremely low brake run as well, and there's drive tires on it. Why is there drive tires in the mid-course? I'm not sure about that. Then, okay. Second vertical loop, an extremely
Yeah,
tight
it's
one.
unsmooth.
Like that second vertical loop definitely pulls at least 5.5 Gs. Like that is not safe. It's an extremely tight vertical loop. I like those little S bends. Corkscrew, it's alright. Not great profiling for a B&M. It's alright though. Like it's smooth enough, just not realistic for a B&M. And then yeah, brake run. I mean, what else do I have to say about this? Like, okay, custom supports in the lift hill. You should just recreate a Dragon Con or something like.
What kind of B&M is that coaster?
Sit down coaster. So the likes of Dragon Con, Kumba, Hulk.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's our number 8. I'm just gonna go through these quickly because, yeah, I'm not gonna spend too long in it.
Oh yeah. Emerald just said that. Good tip for mid-course brake runs is that if the train needs to stop, it still needs to clear the rest of the layout.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a major issue with it. Not only the speed through it, but then it won't clear the rest of the layout if the train is released from there.
Testing.
And also, drive tires are like a way to cheat with that. So I'm gonna make fun of people who put in drive tires in their mid-course brake runs.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, number 7 is Thunder by Sneaky Squid. And where is Sneaky Squid? Oh yeah, this is our first No Limits submission.
I can already tell that I'm gonna get absolutely Like I've drive towers on my break run.
Uh-oh.
Drive tires. Okay, so the first drop is actually decent. Profiling is good. I don't know why it banks so much over here all of a sudden. Like, okay, this is an issue I used to have with No Limits as well. I would assume you use a G-force meter because
Yeah, I did.
because like I can tell you use two different roll points, one over here and then one later in the ride. You, in my opinion, like you have to place a section of track like further up and just let it slide. Like you don't need that many roll points in No Limits 2. Like just a little tip. Like the more roll points you have, the more jolty it's gonna be.
Okay.
Vertical loop is good. Transitions are good into it. Like if it was the pre-made one, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be like I wouldn't notice. Sorry, I would notice if it was a pre-made one because the transition into it was pretty good.
It's a modified one.
Oh, good, nice one. Cobra roll. At least you bothered about the inside section. Like most people didn't, so I'm glad you did. Like it's not the most perfect Cobra roll, but at least you got the middle section. So that's a bonus point for you. I like the wiggle there. Wiggle there is like sometimes that'll be just a weird, like, how do I describe it? Like a jolt, a weird profiling issue, but that's what old BNMs are about. Like that little wiggle is something I really appreciate. 0G roll though, this has to be way higher up the ground. This is way too low to the ground, way too quick. You have to put it up higher. There's a dive loop here.
I tried putting it up higher, but it wouldn't have been as whippy. So I was like, I don't know.
That's fair enough. So what for a whippy 0G roll, I recommend basing yourself off of Dragon Cons because it's a very high up the ground one. It starts off very gradually and then it just twists really snappy and then it gradually comes back to 0. So I would base yourself off of that one because that's a perfect example.
Your mic is really quiet.
Is it? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, see this one, like if like with this energy roll, it just directly snaps. But Dragon Cons like gradually goes into it, and then at the very top it snaps, and then as it goes down, it just slows down. I suppose like
it does the twirl.
It's not a uniform 0G roll if you get me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Dive loop is good, is alright. You just need like the very top doesn't need to be at 180 degrees. Wait, here up. Yeah, see the very top is at 180 degrees. So later it just banks out. So it doesn't need to be 180 degrees at the top. Like in BNM dive loops and Immelman, the very top is like 155, 160 degrees more or less. And also drive tires on the mid cores.
They are there in real life at the end.
I may or may not have put those drive tires there because I made it launch it so it would go through faster.
Fair enough. I could tell you stopped the train as well. Yeah, corkscrews, they're fine. They should be a little snappier maybe.
The drop of the mid course is too steep.
It isn't really steep, to be honest. I think you should have made this the both of the interlocking corkscrews a little smaller in general so that it just hauls through it because it's a smooth ride. It just the pacing is kind of odd. Like I also like the detail that you put them high up the ground because most BNM interlocking corkscrews are high up the ground. Like Dominator is a perfect example, for example.
I based the second half almost directly off of Dominator. So
yeah, I could tell. So that's just my little nitpick. You just have to make that little section a little tighter because it's too drawn out. Like you can tell it crawls through it. So that's my little nitpick there. And that's it. Like that's your thunder. Okay. Number 6. Here we go. We're heading up into the next.
We can see your screen, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
That's what it's supposed to be. So number 6.
Not like you could see your Discord for a second.
Yeah. That was my intention. That's my bad.
Okay.
Number 6 is Clay by King Coaster, who left the server this morning, so I'm not sure who's gonna see the results. He was asking me for my Intimidator 305 files, and then he left the server when I was legitimately
It's
gonna
all
give
right,
them to him.
Stanley's fault.
Like, I wasn't even
Fault.
against giving
Come
them
on.
to him, but
I don't know
Here we
why
go.
he just keeps leaving and joining
Yeah.
back.
yeah, let's
He
not
can do
talk
what he
about
wants.
let's not talk
Yeah.
about King Coaster himself, and instead talk about his ride. Pre-lift is pretty good. I can't lie to you. It's your average PNM pre-lift, which is decent. Like, first thing I'm questioning before the top of the lift hill, it draws out way too early. Like, look, it already starts
God.
leveling out. I'm not sure why he made it stop at the pre-drop. We got an Apollo's Chariot first drop. There's a little jolt there, like here. You can see it. The valley is a little too tight. And then it draws out with a vertical loop. Like, that's one thing that should be fixed. It should be a uniform valley. Like this one's better. 0G roll is perfect. That's a perfect 0G roll for a second gen invert sit down anyway. Cobra roll doesn't seem pre-made. He made the middle section of the Cobra roll like one of the early submissions. I forgot which one, but it should have been more noticeable. Like, there should be a little more snap to it, in my opinion. And then this should be banked to the inside a little as well, because you're getting laterals on the right hand side. It's a weird outer bank thing, wave turn. Do you want to call that a wave turn? I'm not sure what that is. Corkscrew is fine. It's pretty average. It has a little too many laterals. I like that little turn thing. But yeah, it's just getting better because the pacing is actually good. Layout is nothing impressive. Like, it just stops a little early. Like, there's no mid course, no second half. But like, profiling is decent. Like, look at the corkscrew right here. It looks good. And I mean, it's just average hike. I'm kind of questioning the lift structure a little as well, because like, he tried doing the tilted lift supports, but he didn't. I don't think he did them in the right way, because there should be 2 packs of these. Like Nitro, for example. Like, Nitro has a straight drop.
Yeah, on that support structure, that's like when it starts going down into the pre-drop.
Yep.
Probably could have put a support there going the middle bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, those supports should have been a little tighter, but that's not very important. Like, that's just a little gimmick. We're moving into the top 5. RCDB
Oh,
can suck
someone
my
left.
balls. Like, the
Whoa. Whoa.
like, the Skyrocket
Family
2s.
friendly.
Skyrocket
Yeah.
2s have Heartline roll, and it's labeled as an inline twist. Like, inline twist is something Winco would have, for example, or Banshee. But
I
that
wonder
is-
why you're talking about that.
I don't think.
Moving on.
Moving swiftly on. Our number 5 is
Like,
wait, hold on. Screen underscore recording underscore 2023 0712 underscore 230 737 underscore ultimate coaster 2 dot
my
mp4
God.
by Ghostini. So
What a name.
I'm gonna have
Oh my.
to do some scavenging to get this one up, because it
10 out of 10 for the name
is-
alone.
It's on Google Drive.
Damn.
Okay, here we go. So this one is actually not a bad ride at all. We're getting into the more realistic kind of rides. The lift hill is really fast. The tip is really sharp. And the first drop is really drawn out. Like, again, this should be a smaller transfer.
Your mic is being quiet, just saying.
Into the first drop. My bad. Thank you, Ruben.
You're welcome.
We have this Rougarou dive loop into a pretty smooth turn into a vertical loop. And the vertical loop, you can tell it's homemade. and it's pretty good. There's a little jolt there, but that's the only thing. Hitting up into a 0G roll, which is pretty much perfect as well. Like, profiling is getting better on these rides. There's a little jolt on that airtime hill and the Cobra roll. But see, he's done the middle section as well. The thing is, though, the piece before the middle section should be turned inwards. So you see you get too many laterals on the middle section. That's my only real issue with that Cobra roll and the jolts. There's too many laterals there. There's another extremely low brake run. Like, look, if you release a train from this brake run, that corkscrew, yeah, it's gonna valley there. Like, that, it's not gonna make that corkscrew over. I'm really sorry. And it makes the brake run through with way too much speed. So that means you have to raise it up a little. Like, it's comically low. Like, that's no more than 20 meters off the ground. This tunnel here. We're transitioning into the corkscrew. I don't think it should bank out that much. Yeah, second half is about similar to what we've seen. Like, look, the final brake run is higher than the mid-course brake run. Like, Ghostini, please explain this to me. Like, those trains are not going to make it over to the final brake run.
What is going on?
What?
What's going on?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, that's it for Ghostini's roller coaster. In number 5, we're gonna put up our number 4 submission soon.
What are you doing?
We're reviewing roller coasters.
Oh.
From the contest. I don't think yours has come up yet.
No, I made mine. Are you streaming?
Yep.
Oh.
Stop it.
Okay. Our number 4 is Outlaw by Magicool. He's very cool. And he has a little story time, but I don't think we're gonna read it today. Sorry, Magicool.
Vertigo.
Please.
I'm sorry, I love the name.
There is a daytime POV. Thank goodness there's a daytime POV. But yeah, see, only weird thing here is the first drop. Like, it's just straight into the drop. It's like a shorts cop kind of first drop, not a B&M. Like, there's no free drop there.
Yeah.
It's overbanked as well, but the vertical loop is really good. I don't think it's homemade as well, because homemade, pre-made, because the very top is actually round and there's no like bouncing on it. And the same with the dive loop. Dive loop is really, really good. Like, it's more like a second gen sit down. Like, see, the 0G roll is like more floaty. There's a little jolt at the end, but that's okay.
What do you mean by second gen? It's like.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Okay.
Can you ban him or something?
Look, this Cobra roll, there's some comically excessive snap. Like, it's smooth, but it's just a little too tight. Like, you gotta spread that Cobra roll out a little, because
It goes too fast through it.
yeah, it's way too fast through it. Like, you can have the snap. Like, I understand the snap, but yeah, also the extremely low brake run again. Look, like, that is half the lift hill height. Like, it should be way higher off the ground. Okay, then corkscrew. Corkscrew is really good. I really like that corkscrew there.
I love how aggressive this thing is.
Yeah.
Oh,
It halts through the second half.
It's too
that
fast.
mid course is it goes through it far too quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, this
Jeez.
turn is questionable. Like, after the helix, this little S bend is weird. Like, it just slams into it. I like that 0G roll at the end. It's a nice one. Like, see, over here, I'm not even questioning element placement anymore. My best coaster yet? Well, it's a pretty good one. I applaud you for your 4th place. 4 days of almost non-stop work. I hope you enjoyed.
Damn.
If you did, please consider liking this video and maybe subscribing.
Oh, for
Thank you
God's
watching.
sake.
Okay, fair play.
It didn't
Oh,
look too bad. I just
monologue.
felt like it was too
Oh,
fast for timing.
subscribing.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
No, I thought he typed subscribing.
No, I
'cause
just
he
read
already
that
said
wrong. I'm EP.
Oh.
Okay, here we go into the top three. Top three. Somebody
Drum roll, please.
give me the soundboard drum roll. Where is it?
Oh, I can't.
No, not here.
Wrong one.
My bad, guys.
Nice.
Oh my god!
That'll do.
Oh no, we're gonna
Oh,
start
yeah.
spamming.
Stop.
Okay, guys.
Stop. Stop.
Okay, so our number 3 is BNM contest entry by Sat Fuzzball. There's no name to it, so I just called it BNM contest entry.
I think the name of it I put for it was
Oh, Equinox. Yeah, my bad. That's
Equinox,
fine.
yeah.
I can change it. Wait, I'll change it right there. My bad. I didn't read it. That's my mistake.
But it's the transition between it. You're not gonna go through the whole entire lift hill.
That's fine. Okay.
I'm not gonna force you to go through the whole entire lift hill.
Okay, so trim brakes before the drop. Fair play. It's a little steep. That's my only gimmick. It's a smooth drop. It's just a little steep.
I'm going for a Kuma drop here.
Cobra roll is very good. It's a little drawn out, I think, but it's a very good drop. Cobra roll with good pacing through it.
It's a
Look. But maybe if you made it a little tighter with more snap, it would look better. Also,
yeah.
I'm not sure what you did here. Like the way it bangs out right there, it's a little too snappy. Like it to the point where it jolts.
No limits to no lateral moment.
Oh yeah, I get you. Well, sometimes
I
you need a
do.
little bit of laterals there. Like I think you should have kept the same banking there, or just a little less than that. Because yeah, sometimes a no lateral G-force meter thing can hurt you. I like the wiggle. I like the little wiggle at the very end of it. Like, it's one thing that I'm seeing with a lot of submissions. It's some of the elements are like, you guys seem to combine first gen and second gen elements into the same ride, and I don't think it works because sometimes the elements are really snappy and suddenly you get a floaty ass Immelman. Like, it's not bad, like, but it just feels kind of out of place, if you get me. Like, the Immelman here is good, but after the Cobra roll and that 0G roll, I don't know, it kind of feels too floaty, you know? Finally, a mid-course that is at a decent height off the ground. Like, this is acceptable height. Somebody needs to depump their vertices in that second drop. But that's alright. Second loop is good. I like that wiggle out of that second loop. Like, it's pretty much exactly the same as Hulk. And I love that. Like, out of the second loop. And I like the aggro there with the interlocking corkscrews. I really like that second half. Like, look, these are some Kumba corkscrews right there. With a little less snap, but they're good. Then it goes, a few S-bends. I'm questioning the second loop. I don't know what that's doing there, but...
I needed to get up to the A inversion limit.
The inversion limit, fair enough. I mean, I like the placement, like with a brake run. I'm just not sure why it is the last element in the whole ride.
Because I wanted to make it a different B&M. I didn't want to do a loop for the first element like every other B&M.
Got you. Yeah. Also, I'm just questioning why the brake runs are not like straight. Like this one's going up and this one's going like down, and there's no station as well.
Whenever I build my no limits 2 coasters, I just make the station disappear because it's ugly.
All right.
I'll brake run or banked because Hulk.
Okay, so now there's 2 submissions to go, and there's no bias to this at all. I promise. So here we go. Oh, what's the live chat doing? Thanks, Miner, for the
it's just
drum
like...
roll.
I'm over the mood right now, just so you know.
Crying in a little corner, drive safely. Okay. Okay, so I gotta go to contest
And we have.
discussion for this one, I think.
Please be second.
Alright,
He left. Wait, did he leave? Oh no, someone else did.
Here, I'm still here.
Because our number 2 submission was made by the one and only Ruben. Ruben takes second place with his BNM
Let's
Sitdown
go.
coaster, Atlanta in Planet Coaster.
Suck it, Rabbit.
Dutch rides, woo!
Woo!
Hell yeah.
I actually thought this was pretty good. Like, it's nothing close to perfect still.
Yeah.
But look, just before even going down the first drop, I could tell that dive loop was good. Like, look at that shaping. That is a, part of my language, it's a sexy dive loop.
Hell yeah. Only I know how.
I like the theming as well, but even if we ignore the theming, like, that first loop is good. And like, look at
The
that.
drop is a
good.
ramp.
It is kind of a ramp, to be fair, but it's Planet Coaster. Weird transition out of the dive loop, but yeah. He made that little midsection of the Cobra roll as well. Like, that Cobra roll is near perfect. 0G roll is a little fast. Like, if you want to make a fast one again, you have to base it off Dragon Cons. It's pretty smooth, though, overall, especially for Planet Coaster. Midcourse should be higher. Midcourse should be way higher than that. Like, it makes it through way too quickly. It's the second loop. Interesting transition out of the loop. Then corkscrew. It's a good one. One common occurrence here as well is that the corkscrews from pretty much all the submissions I've seen so far, they're all kind of arrow-shaped corkscrews. Like, they have no snap to them. They're just all uniform, if you get me.
There's no whip.
Yep. And well, that's about it. I mean, I like.
Well,
I really like the
I guess.
theming. I really like the theming. Like, it's definitely not realistic theming, but it's a beautiful looking ride.
The lack of Christmas music during the off-ride, though.
Oh, shut up. I'll give you Christmas theming for the next fucking ride.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1 is Glacier by Asterisks, and this should not be a surprise.
Whoa.
And not even this ride was good. It was like standard good. It was not brilliant because
It's half finished.
Disclaimer from the creator: it's half finished. Excuses.
No, like half the supports don't even have connectors on it.
I don't care about the supports, honestly. I'm just kind of about the layout itself. You forgot to depump your vertices a little bit.
Hey, the coaster is half finished, but sometimes you gotta take asterisks.
Hey.
Oh my god! Just
like,
shut up.
what I'm saying, I would rate this ride like what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. This is the highest rated ride, and I would say it's about a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, you said SMB. What is SMB Emerald for? What does he mean by SMB? Can anyone explain to me?
Probably means SMH, I think.
I don't know.
Or typo.
Yeah, here we go. Camera is really close to the track, so I can't see. First gimmick. Why is the section after, like, the pre-drop section so tight? Like, look, there's barely any space for the trains there. Like, they'll like collide into each other. They'll go through each other there. Like, look, it just snaps in there. First shot profiling is really good though. There's a little bit of jolts there, but like, that's fine. First loop is great with great pacing as well.
Wait.
Pull up is really sharp. Like, look, you can tell. That thing pulls like 5 Gs there. 0G roll is good.
Oh, by the way, SMB means suck my balls.
Oh, that's fine. Also,
This is a family-friendly channel.
look, there's I appreciate the little wiggle there as well, but That's way too quick there. Like way,
Yeah.
way, way too quick. And the same with the Cobra roll. Like actually, the Cobra roll is fine. It's just a tiny bit too fast for my preference anyway. But it's good. Like it's really smooth, really well profiled.
Cheers.
You can see that 90s BNM profiling. I love that. I'm not sure about that 0G roll though.
Yeah.
That is extremely out of place. Really intense helix. Like the second half, you should get trims on it maybe because yeah, look, that turn is way too sharp.
Hey, that's a good sentence right there, breath and safety. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and you have to depump your corkscrews as well. But these are the most realistic corkscrews so far. Well, I mean the most realistic corkscrews in the whole contest.
They have a nice whip.
I mean this is the only BNM in the whole contest that grasps the 90s BNM feel. Honestly.
Damn.
Like the rest of you, I mean, you tried, but this one is the one that gets the closest because the transitions, the profiling.
See, the Chinese coaster contest was better because you didn't have to try and make something smooth.
Exactly. No, these ones, I was gonna be very judgmental because I was being very niche about it. Like I was only asking for a B&M sit down, and that meant something really specific. And with really specific things, I get really, really judgmental. So you were gonna expect.
Fair enough.
You were gonna expect some rambling from my mouth right here.
It's fine.
I really like the pacing on this second half. I just wish it was smoother.
Yeah, I was gonna smooth it out, but I just got really bored with it. So
fair enough. And also, I'm disappointed as well with everybody because I literally gave you extra time with this contest. You didn't even bother making anything good. Like.
Oh no, I just waited till the end because I just left it and then like waited 3 weeks and then by the time I was like, oh, the deadline's like 2 days.
Yeah.
Honestly,
will we have a August contest?
I'm not sure. Potentially, I might make something less specific because it seems like this one was a little tough.
Oh,
make an SNS Screaming Squirrel.
Screaming Squirrel. I'm gonna ask you for a Zamperla spinning coaster with this horseshoe element that the new Cedar Point thing has.
Oh yeah.
This ride has a horseshoe.
Apparently, that's what they call it.
I'm just making fun of
Yeah, it is.
It's Zamperla Valar. Oh shoot, that's actually a great idea. What if we make a Zamperla Valar contest?
No.
That'd honestly be really funny.
It'd be a crap contest.
100% should do Togo Hypers.
Togo Hypers.
What?
Hey, see, that doesn't need to be smooth.
That is actually hilarious though. Like Morgan or Togo Hypers. That would be really funny.
No, but we just had a contest where smoothness doesn't really matter, so like.
Just really, really janky old hypercoasters.
That's actually not a bad idea. Like something like pre-80s roller coaster, pre-90s actually, because pre-80s you're gonna get like Wilderness Run or like frickin' Beast.
Magnum.
Make it feel like it's gonna rip off your legs on the airtime hills.
That's just a Magnum XL200 contest.
Oh, that's just a recipe for people to make it go so fast and just be like disgusting.
Or like it's either Magnum XL200 or Area Force 1. Like,
whatever.
Those are the only two rides you're allowed to make in that contest.
Hey, whatever it is, it will still have less too fast submissions than this contest.
Yeah.
Like, the thing about Drive Safely's coaster contest is that you can make literally anything, and it will still be somewhat valid. Even though Drive Safely ranks them his own way, like somehow
the right way.
But like with Drive Safely's contest, you can literally like not be a coaster enthusiast and make a coaster, and it might place somewhere close to number one. Like, I'm not saying you don't require skill
It's not
to make
really
a
about
coaster.
skill.
I'm not saying it doesn't require skill
just
to make a
for fun.
coaster, but
It
has
requires
less
immense
limitations.
skill.
There's less limitations in making a coaster.
Oh.
Schwarzkopf traveling coaster. That would be funny. I don't know. I'll see.
over there.
Howard coasters.
No, power coasters are cringe. I'm sorry.
Just
Dark
make a
ride.
skyline.
Screaming squirrel, and you have to make a
Skyline.
minimum of 10 saxophones.
Screaming squirrels.
Yeah.
Alright, I think that'll be it for the stream. We've been running for an
Yeah.
hour, and that's as much as I wanted. So,
Damn.
I'll see you guys some other time, and I hope you enjoyed the contest. Have a good one, and thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
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 Like and subscribe.
Stop moving me. I know it's you, drive safely. Stop it.